Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Diamond, and if you don't know me, I'm Diamond. I lost over 65 pounds with the information that I'm sharing with you, and I'm here to help you lose weight and reclaim your health. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why does it seem like skinny people can eat more than you and stay skinny, meanwhile you're counting calories, doing the most, and you're still fat. It's not fair. I suffered from childhood obesity, so I spent a really long time trying to study why skinny people can get away with eating certain things and not gain weight. Meanwhile, I was suffering from obesity. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few reasons as to why it seems like skinny people eat more than you and they still are skinny and you gain weight. So let's get into it. The number one reason why skinny people eat more than you, or it seems like they eat more than you and they don't gain weight, is because they don't have insulin resistance. Okay, insulin resistance is at the core of people's obesity issues. Now, what is insulin resistance? I'm going to make it simple for you guys. I could do an in-depth video on insulin resistance if you guys want me to, so definitely leave that in the comments if you want me to. But basically what insulin resistance is your body is overproducing insulin due to the overconsumption of sugar and carbohydrates. So your body, every single time you eat sugar and carbohydrates, your blood sugar is spiking and your insulin comes in to bring your blood sugar back down. So your insulin goes up to bring your blood sugar down every time you eat sugar and carbs. But what's happening is that because you're eating sugar so often, you are spiking your insulin way too often to where your body is overproducing the insulin. And insulin is a hormone where you can't tap into fat burning when your insulin is high. So you are in fat storing mode. You're not in fat burning mode. The difference between you and slim people or naturally thin people is that their bodies may naturally be in fat burning mode. So even if they're eating a lot more, their bodies are not insulin resistant. Their bodies are not in fat storing mode majority of the time. So that is the number one reason why skinny people can eat more and it seems like they don't gain weight. Now, if you guys want more information on how to switch your body from fat storing mode over to fat burning mode so you can lose weight without having to count anything, count calories or anything like that, I am offering one-on-one coaching. The link is down below, and I do have a step-by-step ebook that will teach you exactly how to switch over to fat burning mode, as well as a meal plan that is going to help you. It's a 4-week meal plan, so definitely check out the links down below. But back to the topic, guys. Skinny people's bodies are just metabolically different. And that's the whole point of my channel, is to just teach you guys how to switch your body over to having the similar metabolism to a thin person so that you're not fighting against your natural metabolic state. So you don't have to starve in order to lose weight. You don't have to fight your metabolism to lose weight. You don't have to feel like you're dieting to lose weight, but you can lose weight in a seamless and easier way. Now let's get into point number 2 as to why skinny people seem like they eat more, but they don't gain weight, but you do. Point number 2 is that they also may just be eating healthy more often than it looks like. A lot of skinny people, they eat unhealthy foods socially, but they don't eat unhealthy at home majority of the time. It may seem like when you guys are out that they just eat whatever they want, but majority of the time they are eating a pretty healthy diet. So that is also part of it. You're not really seeing 100% of their diet. You're just seeing them on those days where they tend to let themselves, have a cheat day or whatever the case may be. Additionally, another reason why it seems like skinny people eat more and they don't gain weight but you do is that they tend to be eating less meals. So when you do see them eat and you think, wow, why are they eating so much but they're so skinny? That was probably their first or second meal of the day. So where you may have been eating 4 or 5 meals that day, they probably only had 1 or 2, which is highlighting the importance of intermittent fasting, which is a huge thing that I always mention on my channel. You have to be intermittent fasting to keep your insulin levels low. And a lot of skinny people, they do that naturally without realizing. And the reason why it's so easy for them to intermittent fast is, again, their bodies are in fat burning mode, which means their bodies don't need sugar for fuel, right? So they don't get these insatiable hunger pangs. They don't feel like they can't stop eating. They don't have these binging problems like a lot of overweight people do. So that explains that, is that they tend to only be eating very few meals throughout the day. You don't see them like constantly snacking all the time. You know, even if you do see them eat a lot or eat a bunch of unhealthy food, a lot of the time that was like their second meal of the day. Meanwhile, you know, overweight people tend to be eating more frequent meals. And keep in mind, guys, this is why I talk about intermittent fasting so much, because every single time you eat, you're spiking your insulin. You're spiking your insulin. And if you're someone who has insulin resistance, like I was talking about earlier, you're making that worse. So you don't want to be eating so many frequent meals to where you're keeping your insulin high and you're keeping yourself out of fat burning mode. So that's point number 3, I think. I don't even remember how many points we have at this point, but that's point number 3, is that they're not eating as many meals as you are. Also keep in mind too that a lot of skinny people, just because they're skinny doesn't mean that they're healthy. So just because they seem like they're eating a bunch of food or they're eating a bunch of junk food specifically, that doesn't mean that they're healthy. You can also store fat, but inside your body, around your organs. So a lot of thin people, they can actually be metabolically obese. So that someone can be metabolically obese but be physically thin because they're storing the fat as visceral fat around their organs. So visceral fat is basically fat that accumulates around your organs. So it's not the same type of fat that's on your body like subcutaneous fat. Subcutaneous fat is the fat that you can see. Visceral fat is fat that you can't see unless you have, you know, a doctor to look inside your body, right? But visceral fat can accumulate on a skinny person and you can't even tell that they're actually metabolically obese. So that also explains how it seems like skinny people can eat certain things and not gain weight, is because you can't see it, but that doesn't mean that the fat isn't there. Also keep in mind that a lot of skinnier people, or even naturally thin people, they tend to eat a lot some days and eat less other days. So maybe they may eat a lot one day and the next day they eat very, very little. And it's not like they're doing it on purpose, like they're calculating it, but it just, their hunger isn't as ravenous as an obese person like past me or like you. You know, their hunger isn't as bad because they don't have insulin resistance issues, because their body is not in fat storing mode rather than fat burning mode. They're not as hungry. So they can eat a lot one day and then forget to eat the next day. It's just certain days they may eat more and other days they may eat less, and you might have just caught them on a day where they ate more. So just keep in mind that they also tend to sometimes forget to eat. Sometimes they skip meals. Sometimes they go whole days with only having one meal. So you have to also keep that in mind as well. And the last point that I'm going to make in this video is that a lot of people are lying. If you watch a skinny girl's what I eat in a day, or a skinny model's what I eat in a day video, and you see them saying they love carbs and they love sugar and they love to eat dessert every single day, they're lying. They just don't want to get canceled, okay? I had to be the one to say it. A lot of them are also just lying, guys. They say they eat a lot, but they really don't. They just don't. They might just be trying to sabotage you. Maybe they don't want everyone to know the secret on how they got skinny. Or maybe they just don't want to look like they are promoting EDs when they post their video. So they say, oh yeah, I love desserts, I love this and that, but they don't really eat those things every single day. There's a lot of reasons as to why someone may portray that they eat more than they actually do. So like if you're like, I'm just giving you guys an example. Like if you're watching something on social media where it seems like a skinny model is saying that they eat certain things or they eat a whole lot of food, a lot of the times they are lying. If they're not, then maybe they don't eat like that every day. Or maybe they're eating food that is high in nutrition but low in calories. They're eating more volume. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of reasons as to why that may happen, but I really hope that was helpful and educational, you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos like this or what you guys would like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.